I've seen dozens and dozens of crappy courses online, but these are exactly the ones that helped me achieve a 10k plus per month income at the age of 21. Well, look, there is this some sort of like a stigma around the courses these days, and while I completely understand why it happened, well, you can take a look at all the fake gurus, all of the dishonest people that just sell you useless information for like a lot of money, which is, I would say, quite unfortunate and actually quite sad, because I do genuinely think that online education is a great alternative to the traditional path, like universities, colleges, and stuff like that. But what I'll say is, even though it's a great tool, I do need to say that you got to be extremely careful with who you trust these days. Well, look, here's the problem. First of all, I will say I am actually a big advocate of paying for the information online, paying to acquire the skills, paying people for their time so that they can teach you something they know, 100%. That being said, and maybe it's just like me noticing that, but bro, I think 95%, like maybe even more, percent of the information that people sell online is actually bullshit. Like, let's just address it. I mean, it's either completely unrelatable anymore because the course is 5 years old and the person was selling the same thing, literally the same thing for like 5-10 years, which is obviously makes it pretty much irrelevant right now. Or it's just too much money for too little information, or the information is not practical, like you can't really implement anything, like there's no like step-by-step plan. Another problem is you can literally buy 2 courses on the same topic and the information inside will literally conflict with each other, and so you just end up being even more confused before you bought all of them, plus you spend like $5,000 already, so which is, I mean, obviously no bueno. Well, this is when it comes to the paid courses. So the most of the information is outdated, irrelevant, impractical. You can't really use it. You can't really do much with this. But there is a big trend right now of giving away the free courses, where you don't have to pay anything. You can just learn for free. And then if you want to, I don't know, like buy something from them, you can do it later, but you don't have to pay anything to acquire this knowledge from this course. Which is, on one hand, it's cool. Well, you basically don't risk anything. Like, you don't pay, you can just learn whatever. But what people don't realize is when you don't necessarily pay money, it doesn't mean you don't pay with other aspects. For example, you do need to still spend your time and you need to still spend your attention to acquire this knowledge. And while the course is free, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good. And let's address like the second elephant in the room. And I'm sure you can relate with this, but bro, almost every single course that I see online that is free, it's bullshit. What people online think is if they create a course and they post it for free, it automatically makes it good. And so what happens is they think, oh, it's a free product, I'm not making any money from it, so let me just give them, like the half of the information, or let me not actually put that much attention into it, it's free anyways. And so, like, in my opinion, it's just not the best approach to take, because, well, yeah, people don't pay you, but they still pay with the attention, with the time, they still spend time to watch your fucking thing, so you better actually make it good. And well, if we take this fact combined with the fact that most paid courses are garbage, no wonder why people don't trust courses online. Well, obviously, they probably have been scammed a couple of times. They pay for something they don't really need, and then they're like, fuck that, let me watch this free course. They watch it and it's fucking shit. Like, what else do you expect? But even taking these things into account, I still do think that courses is actually a good thing. Obviously, they can do some harm if you just blindlessly follow everybody online. You watch all of the courses, every single one, step by step, 15 fucking pages of information. Then yeah, obviously it probably doesn't make a lot of sense. But I do think if you are being pretty smart about that, pretty picky, like for example, you choose 1 or 2 people online and you just, you see that they've done exactly what you want to do and you just follow their steps, I do actually believe that this is a good thing. However, as I said, you do need to be quite picky and you need to, I would say select carefully who do you trust online. Like, including myself, like don't just blindly trust what I say. Like, see what I'm doing, see a few videos, like, and just evaluate for yourself, like if I am trustworthy for you. Because what most people do is they literally watch one YouTube video and they become like a complete fan of a person. Like, oh, here's a millionaire, let me follow his advice. Like, don't be like that, bro. A lot of people actually do lie online. Like, I've shown you all the Stripe screenshots. I'm being completely honest about my income. Like, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not making like 50, 100K per month. I'm making humble like 15, maybe 20, 10. I would say a range from 10 to 20K per month, depends on the months. I'm not claiming I'm a millionaire, nothing like that. I'm just telling like exactly what worked for me, right? But most people actually do rely online. So like do your research and be very selective about who you trust these days, including myself. While I do think the courses are good as a concept, there is one more thing that I think actually beats courses, and it's called coaching. I mean, I'm sure you probably know this, but the difference between two is, well, first one is you basically get the information, which is usually like a pretty broad, because obviously if you want to be successful with selling courses, you better make it kind of available for a broad audience so that all of them can benefit. But what happens is when people try to address like every single piece of the market, the information becomes pretty general, and a lot of people are like, bro, I actually don't know what to do in this specific situation. Which is why I do think the coaching actually beats courses. I mean, as a rule of thumb, it's usually more expensive because you actually get, personalized attention. People actually review your specific situation. But I do think that coaching programs can get you way further down the line and towards your goal than just some videos online, like some information in the course. Now, I also do understand that a lot of coaching programs are quite pricey. Like the first program I've been into, it was 10,000, and for me it was like a shit ton of money back in the day. Like because my income, I mean, it literally was like $300 per month. I do understand that, but like if you have the resources, I do think that if you're fully committed, of course, then going towards a coaching program is good. Now, courses are good too. Well, obviously you can benefit. They're usually way cheaper than coaching programs. You can benefit from it, but usually the information is pretty general. Now, I will make a disclaimer. Myself, personally, I've been mostly through courses of the people in the like agency SMMA field, plus some sales coaching programs. Like I haven't done some like drop shipping courses, I haven't done like trading courses and stuff like that, so I cannot specifically advocate to those. So my personal experience is mostly in this agency field. The only thing I will touch on before we go to the courses I've tried myself personally is the courses on how to trade crypto or like Forex and stuff like that. Yo, I do think it's actually a fucking scam, bro. I do think so. Because, well, if you think about the courses on like, let's say dropshipping or let's say agency, right? Those are pretty much skill-based businesses. You need to learn how to market, how to sell, how to develop a product, how to ship it, etc. So you actually get some practical knowledge. And then obviously if you do run like an e-com store yourself, or if you do run an agency, you can't just go from like 5,000 a month to 5 million a month without building like a fuck ton of infrastructure, hiring a shit ton of people, etc. But when it comes to the trading courses, like let's say the person actually knows how to buy at $1 and sell at 15. Like why would they sell a course? Right? Like for example, I run my agency, but I also do some stuff with like school communities, etc. I'm a big fan of education, so I want to help people as well, right? Now, obviously, it does make sense for me to share my knowledge because, I can't just scale to like a 500K per month without doing all those things, and it's actually a pretty complicated process, right? So obviously, I still want to make some money with info. Like I'm always very open about that. But if you actually know how to buy at $1, how to sell at $10. Why wouldn't you just take all your money and then just repeat it until you can't no more? Like literally all the changes is the amount of digits. So why don't you just 100x that, right? So be extremely careful with like trading courses. I don't really trust them. I'll be completely honest. So let's go into my experience with courses. The very first course that I've been into myself, it actually was the Agency Lab by Joel Kaplan. So I've joined this program in March 2023. And before that, I've been kind of looking into SMA for a few months, not really taking a lot of action. And all the information up until this point, I've gained from just free resources on YouTube. So I haven't bought any courses back then. But when it comes to when I first started my lead generation agency, I realized that, well, I actually do need some help. And ideally from somebody that I can actually like speak with face to face, not just kind of watching a course because you can't really ask questions, you can't really interact with this, but from somebody that actually can teach me in person. So I've been through Agency Lab by Joel Kaplan. I paid total like 11K, I think, I've been there for like 10 months, I think. And what I'll say is I do think it's worth every penny. I'll tell you that I don't really like the course that was inside. I wouldn't even call it like a course. It's basically like a collection of video, like call recordings. I do think they could do a better job on this. So the course is shitty. Almost no one watches that. But bro, I'll tell you two things. The first one is the group coaching calls. where you can show up, you can ask questions, raise hands, show your ads, show your specific processes, and they can actually get you real feedback. Like, that's priceless. And the second thing is the actual community aspect, because like I've literally made, like, I'm sure, lifelong friends just by joining this community itself. So it's a pretty high level, so definitely recommend it. But the course is pretty shitty. I don't really like it. Now, I've also been through the mindset module of Charlie Morgan's program. Now, I didn't pay for it. Someone from the inside gave me access. Won't drop names. But bro, I'll tell you something. This mindset module of the Charlie Morgan's course low-key changed my life, even though I didn't pay for it, which is I am guilty 100%. But the mindset module in his course, yeah, low-key changed my life 100%. It changed my beliefs, it changed the way I perceive things, changed the way I perceive money, literally anything. And it helped me realize that, I mean, if I want it bad enough, like, I can actually achieve like pretty much anything. Because like, if people can do that, I'm a human, I can do this too. So when it comes to, I haven't been through their program, but I have a couple of friends that did. So I think Agency Lab and Charlie, what is called, like Easy Grow, right? I think it's both equally more or less good, at least back in the day. I'm not sure how it is right now. I've quit Agency Lab like almost 8 months ago, so can't really tell about it right now. But when I bought it, it was pretty good, like both of them. Another course I've been through the mindset module of Sam Ovens Consulting and Accelerator. It was, I think it was last spring, even though the course is, I think it's like 8 years old already. But I just stumbled upon it. I'm like, let me watch them. I wouldn't watch the whole thing, but I will watch the mindset module. And bro, it changed my life again. Now, well, obviously I know that Sam Ovens used to be a mentor of Charlie, so there were like a lot of similarities, and you can clearly see that like the level of influence that Sam had on Charlie. I do think both of those courses are very good. However, I'll tell you that I did like the Sam Ovens Consulting and Accelerator course a bit more than Charlie's. I do think it's better. But once again, this course, I mean, you can actually still find it online for free. I won't tell you where. I wasn't the person that posted it here, but Sam is focused on school right now, so probably not on this thing. But this course is 100% worth it. And the next course I've been through was actually pretty specific. It wasn't specifically on the agency, on the SMMA. It was on sales. So I've been through the Jeremy Miner's program, NEPQ 3.0. It used to be called back then, like a year ago. Right now it's called NEPQ Pro. And yeah, 100% worth it. I paid, also like about 10K for that. But it's basically if you want to get good at sales. Because I've been through some coaching on like agency side on how to close deals, but it wasn't high level. Like, I didn't understand why I'm saying things I'm saying. It works, but I don't know why, But when it comes to this program, it really, really gives you a very, very high-level overview on sales as a concept, psychology, why it works, why you say things in a certain way, and why they work. So 100% worth it. I do think that the actual course is like great itself, but I've paid for like the what's it called, like flagship program. So it's like there is the NEPQ 2.0, which is just the course. There is the NEPQ Pro, where it's course and group calls, which is the one I've been through, and there is a Inner Circle, which is like 20K. I think I'll join it later, but I do think that Summit level, specifically, sales education, is by far the best sales course you can get online these days. So recently I started this school community, so I kind of just decided to join the Max Persons school course. It's like a school mastermind. It's $125 per month, so I was like, I might as well check it out. I mean, I personally didn't really find it valuable, to be completely honest. I do think it's pretty good for the beginners though. Like, if you don't know exactly what you want to do, but you want to make some money with school, I mean, a lot of information is pretty surface level, I would say. So I personally just didn't find it valuable. But look, I only paid $125 for it, so I can't complain. But for me, it wasn't really valuable. Like, a lot of information there, I already knew how to do that. So whatever. Now, this is pretty much it when it comes to my personal experience with courses. And yes, I do think that courses is something good, but you need to be very careful and very specific about who you listen online. And I do think buying courses is a good thing, because like, if you think about risk to reward ratio, which is how I kind of look at things, right? I'm looking, okay, so if I pay this amount of money, what do I gain potentially, and what do I lose potentially? And if, let's say, I want to be very good at running an agency, and I see the course is $1,000. What I'm thinking is, okay, what is the worst case scenario? I can lose 1,000 quid. Okay, what is the best case scenario? Even if from this investment of $1,000, this course helps me to get one client, just one, right? To me, it's worth it. But the reality is, well, for example, let's take Agency Lab. Because, well, I've been through it personally. I paid $11,000. And some people will be like, bro, that's a fucking car. Yes, it is. But if we think about it for a second, right? So I've bought an Agency Lab, it's 10K. And they taught me how to make 20K per month, which is I've done, right? 15, 20K per month. Every single fucking month. Until I'm dead. And I'm 21. Like, just do the math, right? And this is exactly like, this is how I thought about it. Like, if they can teach me how to make 5K per month, even like 2K per month, bro. If they can teach me how to make $2,000 per month, it's worth it 100 times. Because if you do the math, if I can do 2,000 per month for whatever, let's say 30 years, because I'm 20, right? Let's say up until 50, I can make 2K per month with the agency model if they taught me how to make 2K per month. Like, the risk to reward ratio is insane. Like, I can lose 10K, but I can make what? Millions, right? So money isn't real anyways. Do your own decisions, do your own research, and fuck off. No, jokes aside though, I hope this video was helpful. I mean, once again, do your research. Be very careful on who you listen to online, including myself. And I do think that courses is a good idea, so go ahead and try that. Like, just be pretty careful about that. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.